In this video, I'm going to be installing this Delta Multichoice shower valve. This is for Delta shower faucets. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. This channel is all about building your own house, saving a ton of money. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell so you get notification every time we release a new video, and hammer that like button for me. That's all I ask in return for making this video. So we're not going to waste too much time, so let's get started. The shower valve is the Delta UNBX-HF. This is for showers only. You need to get UNBX only if you want to use it for a shower tub combo. And this is the shower valve. We're going to need that. You're going to need your basic tools like a tape measure, a pencil, and a impact driver or drill with a number 2 bit on it, a crescent wrench, a way to cut PEX pipe. You need a crimping tool for PEX type B if you're going to be using PEX type B, and you need a go or no go gauge. It usually comes with the tool. And you're going to need some 1/2-inch plugs for a pressure test if you're going to be doing pressure tests. You're going to need these 1/2-inch female to PEX adapters for the shower valve. You're going to need Teff tape and joint compound for the fittings. You're going to need some 1/2-inch crimp rings. You're going to need this PEX drop ear that's for 1/2-inch pipe. And you're going to need PEX pipe itself. Most of these items can be found on my Amazon store. The link is in the description below. All right, the first thing we gotta do is install these PEX adapters to each male end of the shower valve. So in order to do that, you must first wrap what's called Teflon tape, or Teff tape is what some people call it, around each one of these threaded ends. And make sure, if you note this twist on clockwise, you want to make sure when you install your Teff tape to go in the same direction at which the fitting turns to tighten. So we'll go ahead and wrap this about 6 times or so. And I like to go ahead and do all of the joints first. And they make these adapters in CPVC or copper as well, just so you know. Now we use the product called Great White Joint Compound. This just is an extra layer of security on top of your Teff tape. Some people don't use both, but I like to use both. Figured now's the time to do it if I'm going to be doing it. Same way, just put that on going clockwise as well. All right, now you can take a crescent wrench and your PEX adapter and go ahead and tighten each one of these on pretty snug. You don't want to over tighten it where you can break something, but you just want to tighten it up enough to where it won't have a leak. And we're going to be pressure testing all this in the future. That's for another video, but it will be tested to make sure we have no leaks. All right, now we are all set up to install the PEX on this thing. So let's go inside and install it into place. Before we get started, we need to know the center of our shower, because that's where you need to install your shower valve. So to find the center, this is the shower base that's going to be installed. So we're going to go ahead and measure off the wall to the center of the drain, and we got 16 inches for this shower base. So measure your shower base, how far you need to come off the wall to find the center, because that's going to be the center of your shower valve and shower head as well. So if I measure over 16 inches, you can see I'm right between these two studs. So I installed a block behind these because there's actually enough room to put the shower valve in. If there's a stud right here, you're going to have to move your studs over before you put your block in. But in this case, I got lucky, so I can avoid that. So if you look here, we're 16 inches to right here, the center, so there's enough room to install the valve. And up here, same thing. And the thing to note about the blocking is that for your shower head, you need to set it back about 3/4 of an inch for your block. And then for your shower valve, you more or less set it back 2 inches, or you just set it flush with the back of the stud if it's a 2x4 stud. From the top of the shower base, we need to come up 42 inches to the center of the first block, and then we need to come up 79 inches to the center of the second block for your drop ear. I'm going to attach the shower valve using wood screws, and this is going to take a number 2 Phillips bit, and you can use a drill or an impact driver to attach it. And I just hold it at my 42-inch mark to the center, and then I hold it plumb, and then go ahead and attach it via the screw holes on the shower valve. And be sure you put this facing up. I know it seems obvious, but I just want to give a quick reminder. And then our hot is here on the left ready to go, and our cold is here on the right ready to go. Something I failed to mention earlier is you're going to need 1/2-inch elbows for your pecs if you have the same exact situation, which most of the time you will. So we're going to just elbow it over like this. So it looks like about right there. That looks good. And we're going to go ahead and mark where we got to cut our pecs off, coming up through the floor. So about right there. And then over here, do the same thing. So we're going to be elbowed over. Looks good. And now just use your pipe cutter and just cut that off right where you made those marks. Now you're going to need these scrap pieces to make your sections going left to right. So what we need to do is we're going to go ahead and install these elbows on first. So just take a crimp ring, place over the pipe, then take your elbow, place it in the pipe, and then I like to use needle nose to secure this temporarily until I tighten it down. Now use your crimping tool and crimp that ring on. You just want to go ahead and tighten it, then release. Now just take a scrap piece of PEX pipe, hold it up to where it's going to be placed, and you can hold your finger where it needs cut off, and then just take your pencil, make a mark, and go ahead and cut that to length. And in this case, it's a pretty small piece of pipe. And now slide a clamp on each end of that small piece of pipe you just cut, like so. Go ahead and put it where it needs to be installed. Go ahead and crimp those on. Then after you make any joint, use your go and no-go tool and check it. This side is the go side, so it should slide down in there. Looks good. And then check with your no-go side to see it should not go over those crimp rings. That looks really good. Now do the same thing to the hot water side. Now we need to attach a pipe here and go up to a drop ear that's going to attach to this block for your shower head. So I cut a pipe 34.5 inches long because that's going to give me the height I need to reach the top of this drop ear. So what I like to do, I like to go ahead and install this drop ear on the pipe before I'd attach it to this, because it's easier to get this piece of PEX in and it's less stress on the pipe, I believe. So go ahead and attach this. Now after that's attached, go ahead and install it on top of your shower valve. Now just hold your drop ear up to your center mark and anchor it into place. And make sure you're setting square. And again, I'm just using these wood screws to attach it right into that block. Included in the box is this plastic piece, and what this piece does, it clips over top of your shower valve, and what it does, it gives you a place to cut your towel around so it leaves space for these screws that you're going to have to put in later. If you take this ring off, inside of this shower valve is nothing, but as you can see, there's a rubber seal on this. And the reason why it's sent like that is when you get your trim kit, it's going to come with the cartridge that slides in there. So this is for when you're going to be pressure testing your rough end, and you want to make sure you keep that on tight. After you install the plug in the drop ear, it's going to look something like that. And then down here below the shower valve, after you have all your lines hooked up, it's going to look something like that. After you have your shower valve installed, this is the trim kit that I put on after the fact. As you can see here, this is just a faucet handle. This is just a trim that goes over the shower valve that we just put in, and this is just the trim that goes around the opening. And all it is a screw here, and there's a screw down here that holds that big trim piece on. This piece just slides over that shower valve, like I just said, and this is just held on by a screw inside this cap. So this part's really easy to do. The hardest part was the shower valve we just did. And then up here, this is going to come with the shower head, and this is going to screw into that drop ear, and then this just screws onto the piece of pipe coming out that comes with it. And this is just a little cover to cover up the opening in the tile. But I'm going to make a video on how to do tile as well, so be sure to subscribe for that. This is another shower I did in my house. I just wanted to show you there's multiple trim kits for the shower valve. You don't have to be stuck with just a particular trim kit for your shower valve. So it's pretty nice you have that choice. As a reminder, any of the parts you see in this video is available in my Amazon store. The link is in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. I got a lot of things I gotta get done yet, so I gotta get off here, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.